The ringing of the peace bell brings hope of love and peace across Europe, Asia, and America. In June and July 2022, the Thai-German Cultural Goodwill Group travels to Sweden, Turkey, and the United States for conferences of different topics, including environmental protection, economic development, and religious freedom. On top of that, a total of 24 leaders from business, religion, government, and non-governmental organizations ring the bell of world peace and love to pray for the world. In Sweden, during the Stockholm Plus 50 conference, 11 ministers, UN officials, and visionary leaders ring the bell to awaken people's conscience and demonstrates the bell ringers' commitment to global sustainability.
The bell.
It is very significant. And throughout my life, even though I'm not perfect, these three words have always rung through in my life: conscience, morality, and ethics. I'm so grateful, and I'm so happy that I have participated in such a spiritually uplifting, spiritually not in the religious sense, but even if it's in the religious sense, why not? But spiritually, which is all-encompassing, which lifts humanity and binds us all together, so that it's good to discover that there are people of conscience in this world. I'm so happy today. Thank you.
Please ring the bell.
Peace is certainly the most ambitious, most desirable goal, but we must realize that it is also the most difficult. But because it is difficult and because it is important, it deserves all our energy, all our endeavor, all our faith in the future.
Right after Sweden, the Cultural Goodwill Group goes on to Istanbul, Turkey for the 25th Eurasian Economic Summit. 7 excellencies are invited to ring the bell, including the president of the organizer, heads of states, and ministers.
My idea, it is a dialogue for taking the conscience, for taking the stability, for taking the peace in the world.
So we badly need initiative like yours, and I do support what you are doing, because once again, peace is the most important thing for everybody. You know, we cannot talk about human rights unless we have peace. We cannot talk about culture, about promotion, anything about peace.
Talking about the peace, we're talking about the life, and this is important riches we have.
It's not only a gong, it's not only a bell. It's not only a sound. That sound with this full of meanings inside, that sound waves not only comes to your ears, but it passes through your heart. It's heartwarming, and I am really very much honored. All of us who were attending this 25th Eurasian Economic Summit, everybody was talking about all the members of FOPAL, because of your discipline, because of your respect to everybody, not only life, not only nature, but everybody. And your way of looking everybody's eyes, I am really touched.
In the end of June, faith and political leaders convene in Washington, D.C. for the 3-day International Religious Freedom Summit, the IRF Summit.
Please ring the bell.
Here we go.
During the time, Thai-German invites 6 leaders from government and religion to ring the bell for religious freedom, justice, and peace.
We Catholics believe that it is in our conscience that guides us, and that's the little flame of God's presence in our life. So the conscience is like the Tao, and there's a natural law. There's a wisdom in nature and a wisdom in our creation.
Conscience that respects our common humanity, the conscience that tells us to do the right thing and to follow our conscience, and that our conscience will lead us to the right destination.
We do want to encourage everybody to have the freedom to worship as they choose, to have freedom to express their conscience, and I'm glad to be part of anything that encourages that.
Thank you so much for the generous invitation. And again, it's wonderful to stand with you as you stand for religious freedom, because it's really religious freedom for everybody or for nobody. So we don't pick winners and choosers. What we do is we all stand together and stand with each other.
We ought to all pursue the peace and love. And that's when we're going to have a much better world is when we solve our conflicts through discussion and justice, and not through violence. So I'm delighted that you continue to push this.
Please ring the bell.
I must say I felt something very powerful, and I'm very grateful for that. I really actually wish that through the miracle of technology, billions of people could have been watching us, because there's a special spirit here, and I know that derives from your teachings and from your practices, but it also derives from the encompassing love that you have for all of us, the encompassing prayer and wish you have for all of us. And I think your influence will continue to be a force for good in the world.
Up to July 2022, 423 leaders from 128 countries have rung the bell of peace, including 49 heads of state and governments, 7 Nobel Peace Prize laureates, UN ambassadors, and world leaders from various circles. Their commitment and good intentions have spread that push forward more concrete actions to make our world a better place to live.